Anyway, Congressman Ann Eshoo from California joins us right now. Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining us. I've known you a long time, a lot of respect for you. Tell us in detail, if you can, right now, how did you learn about this allegation?
My constituent called my office and asked to meet with me. It was as simple as that. And so an appointment was set up when I returned from Washington that week. I met with her, with Dr. Ford, for an extended period of time. I think about an hour and a half. The first thing that I thought was important to tell her was that everything that she spoke about with me had complete privacy because these all of my constituents receive that, but I thought it was very important that she understand that. She told me her story. I asked her many questions along the way, and I thought that it was important, Chris, to tell her that I was not there to tell her what to do, that she was there with me, and that I would assist her in whatever her choice was. And so on the heels of that, I contacted Senator Feinstein because she is the ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. This is where the issue is and where it lies. And about 10 days after that, my constituent wrote a letter to Senator Feinstein. We made sure that that letter was communicated the very day, the date of that letter. I was struck by more than one thing. My constituent is the professor next door. She is soft-spoken, very intelligent, very concerned about her family, her privacy. But there was no question in my mind at the end of our meeting that she had endured a lot and that she carried a lot of pain because of what she was subjected to.
Do you believe her?
I told her at the end of our conversation that I believed her.
And you do?
I do.
Okay, tell me about her passion, her feeling. If you can, are you under a confidential relationship with her at this point? Can you tell us how this experience that she told about all these years ago affected her life? And the part that grabbed me, I think a lot of people were struck by, it's not just he went after her in a sexual way. It's not that he was drunk and whatever he was, but that he held his hand over her mouth so she couldn't call for help. That really struck, I think, a lot of people we talked to today.
Well, there was no doubt in my mind when she shared the details of what had taken place, and in detail, she had detailed memory of it, that it was still with her. She was still living with this. And over the years, she knew, because his name was in the newspapers, that he was served in a presidential administration, that his name was placed in nomination for a judgeship, and that, you know, the succeeding chapters were marked by the experience that she had with him, and it was very painful for her. So I think that she's tremendously courageous. It really takes courage to have courage. And I think that inside of her, she examined what it meant to remain private, and also what it would mean if she crossed over into the public square. And that takes a tremendous amount of courage, and weighing the equities on both. I think that she decided, obviously, in the last many hours, that she wanted to tell her story, the truth, to the American people, and not have it mischaracterized by anyone else.
Right. Did she think it's a matter of current character Did she think that what he did to her, that she said he did to her those years ago, reflect on who he is today? Did you get that from her?
I don't think those are the words that she used, but she was deeply violated by what happened. And like so many others that are subjected to sexual abuse, they end up feeling guilty themselves. They feel ashamed of what happened. They're afraid if anyone learns about it, what they will think of them. And that's why I think the truth, Chris, in a democracy, we're always seeking the truth. And so she's courageous to tell the truth, and that should be honored. And she should be, not only that truth should be honored by demonstrating respect for her as she moves forward to give her testimony.